Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. Saint Lucia's Calypso season has sparked lively public discussion showcasing varied opinions on the genre's artistic direction. Many praised this year's compositions and musicality, noting a strong presence of socio-political commentary reflecting national sentiment. The impressive talent of junior calypsonians is widely acclaimed, fueling optimism for the art form's future. Conversely, some critics have raised concerns about perceived partisanship and aggressive audience reactions, which they feel may diminish artistic integrity. Debates also touch on consistency of arrangements and lyrical depth, suggesting some entries lack traditional calypso hallmarks. Despite these differing views, the season's animation and strong participation highlight Calypso's lasting cultural role. The 2025 Calypso season is proving to be both dynamic and engaging, prompting both celebration and reflection on its evolution. So we ask, are you impressed with the quality of compositions and performances in this year's Calypso season? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Based on what I've heard, they really have some great songs this year, this season. There is so much compliment in the government, and the government is doing a great job, and Calypso speaks all about that, Where certain people are complaining, that it is Labour supporters writing their songs. If it is good, yes, they have to say it's good, And even the young ones at the school Calypso competitions, these children are great. Great performance, great songs, and I see a bright future, for Calypso. Bright future in the young ones. This year's Calypsos, I find there are some very, very good Calypsos. Some Calypsos, I think they're Calypsonians just sang them just to be on the stage and to get their 5 minutes of carnival fame. But it's really disheartening when you get an overwhelming majority of persons singing contrary to the opposition and booing Calypsonians off the stage or asking them to get out. It does not augur well for the art form, because the Calypsonians that are currently there, the crop of Calypsonians, are not young Calypsonians. There are 1-2 young ones, but overwhelmingly, they are seasoned Calypsonians. So having said all of this, I really want to commend the youngsters, those at the secondary school and the primary school, both in the soca and the Calypso. I was very impressed with what I saw coming out of the juveniles, and it augurs well for the art form. However, are they going to just stop there when they see what their adult counterparts are participating in or have to face? So, good kudos to the youngsters, but I would still like to implore the adults to temper a little bit their antics and their shenanigans, because it's going to affect the future of the art form.
It's interesting. It is not like Calypso back in the day, in yesteryear. It is something that you have to get accustomed to. I can see that, like a lot of Calypsonians come in with their political standpoints at the end of it. Some sing for the government, some sing against the government. But it's a very much interesting perspective. And this year, let me see what happens. I'm just curious to see what the general Saint Lucian population would think about, this present crop of Calypsonian, the type of songs that they're coming out. Are they very much receptive to it, or are apprehensive to their songs? The junior Calypsonians, the youngsters, I'm happy that the young ones are actually trying to go into the craft of being Calypsonians, in a sense of it's passing on the baton to younger generations. So it's very nice. So far, the secondary schools from St. Joseph Convent, I've seen one perform. I just can't remember her name, but I can see that she had the crowd in the palm of her hand. So I want to see this Calypso continue to grow, you understand, and now the older folks, the older Calypsonians can see that, this craft is left in good hands.
Well, this season looks good. In terms of the youth, the junior Calypso was very good, and they need to nurture these talents and the interests of these kids. The main Calypso, I like that they didn't shy away from any political topics, and both sides are getting hit like Calypso is supposed to open our eyes as to what's really happening in the country, and I hope they continue and go better.
Calypso is building up momentum with regards to participation. You have about the free department. The social commentary aspect of Calypso is unfolding quite well. The groovy on the other department, and we have seen a number of young persons involved in Calypso, and they are participating intensively. However, I think that a lot should be done with regards to augmenting the social commentary aspect of it, because that is the generic base of Calypso in terms of social commentary, because it records history, it records information, it gives a feel on the ground as to how the people are feeling, it guides governance, and it gives the people, it represents the people with regards to what other people say on the ground. So I think that from all indication, we are in for a very good Calypso season, and people are partaking and participating effectively in the movement.
Well, I see some good Calypsos this year, especially with the South Calypso tent. I listen to them. I see they have free nice songs, free of the singers. I think they'll go through with those songs they have. Yeah, these are nice songs, good arrangement, nice songs. I like them.
But I believe that it's a very good thing that we are having those activities that have been successful, and particularly the school Calypsos. And I believe that it is going to be doing well for our culture. And I hope that we can continue them. I hope that the students in the junior Calypso can graduate to the senior, and maybe it may even boost up the level of the Calypso at the senior level. I'm happy to hear that there are a number of tents that are doing very well and successful. I have heard that there are some controversies with the Calypsos, but I believe that that's all in the spirit of the season, and I hope that we have a very good year this year.
So far, with what I've heard with some Calypsos, as we know, we're in an election year, it will always be political. Regardless which party you support, which Calypsonian you support, you know it will be political. I've heard a few, I like a few, I dislike a few, but journalists have to understand Calypso is Calypso, comments is comments. Whether you make any comments on your own, whether it's a Calypso, comments is comments. Some are very, very well sung so far, and some we just have to wait still.
Now to our new discussion. Amid intensified discussions on immigration reform in the United States, concerns are mounting globally, particularly within Caribbean nations. The potential for widespread deportations under a new U.S. administration, coupled with a recently leaked memo from the U.S. State Department hinting at travel restrictions for citizens of 36 countries, including some of the Caribbean, has sparked considerable apprehension. While proponents of strict immigration enforcement often cite national security and rule of law, the mass repatriation of undocumented individuals could severely strain social services and economies in their home countries. Many undocumented immigrants contribute significantly to the U.S. economy through labor and taxes, and their sudden removal could disrupt various sectors, while their return home could lead to increased unemployment and social challenges for countries already facing resource constraints. Conversely, some argue that lax enforcement encourages irregular migration and puts a burden on public services. This complex issue has far-reaching implications for regional stability, remittances, and the well-being of countless families. So we ask, are you deeply concerned about potential fallout of U.S. immigration changes and their impact on Saint Lucia? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.